Hello friends, today I have brought you a science fiction thriller movie of 2021, in which a couple save their son from evil androids and give him a chance to live a new life. Let's start. The movie begins with a girl named Georgia. She sits in front of the fire with her boyfriend Sam's photo and remembers her old life. Here the scene shifts to a bathroom where Georgia and Sam are sitting. And Georgia does the pregnancy test once again. The result of this test comes positive. Then Sam asks Georgia about the life ahead, and according to Sam, they should get married. But Georgia does not agree with him. Then a horn sounds, Georgia and Sam both come out. There they meet Georgia's mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Olson. After meeting them, Sam and Georgia goes to a party. Before leaving, Eli accidentally wishes Sam Christmas, instead of Halloween. At the party, Sam's friend asks Daniel to bring him a drink. When Georgia starts drinking at the party, Sam refuses Georgia, saying that the drink will have a bad effect on the baby. Georgia tells him not to embracing her. While arguing, the drinks fall. Georgia goes to the bathroom with her friend Sarah to remove drink stains. There she tells her friend Sarah about her pregnancy. And she says that she is frightened by Sam's sudden caring behavior. She doesn't want to get married now. Then suddenly a loud buzzer sounds, and in a flurry, Sarah's phone falls down. When both of them come out of the bathroom after the sound stops, they see the androids are attacking on their friends. And they already killed one of Georgia's friend and trying to kill Sam. One of Sam's friend attacks on the android head hard and saves Sam. After coming out on road they hear gunshots from distance, car crashing, horns and people screaming. More than half the city is in chaos. In the next filmed scene, Sam and Georgia are seen spending the night in a forest. There they are deciding the name of their future baby. Sam teases Georgia by telling the name in reverse. The next day Georgia opens her eyes in the morning in fear of a scary dream, and tells Sam about her dream. Along with this, she tells about the backache and stomach pain which she was getting due to pregnancy. After that both start walking on their way to Boston. On the way, they sees an android is hanging to a pole. Seeing this, both get a little scared. And decide that they have to choose the forest path as much as possible and avoid the road. Only then can they safely reach Boston. After walking some distance, they see an army territory. The soldiers thoroughly check them and their belongings before entering. Also let's check if Georgia and Sam are not android. In the investigation, the cops keep Sam's gun and allow Sam or Georgia to enter. Sam and Georgia then meet Dr. Howe, there. And Georgia tells Howe about New York, that she stayed there for a long time after the attack, but even after that everything does not calm down, so she left from there and now going to a safe place to keep his unborn child safe. And now they both want to go to Boston. Dr. Howe says that going to Boston is not easy. Boston is surrounded by deserted and unpopulated areas, where androids can be deadly for them, and tells Georgia to stay out of danger. Georgia then asks the doctor about the safety of the umbilical cord during delivery. On this, the doctor says that Georgia's delivery is near, she may suffer loss in walking more. If she wants, she can be delivered here. Georgia agreed as the doctor tells. Georgia then listen heartbeat of her unborn baby. After that Georgia shows the doctor a place on the map and says that Sam or Georgia want to go there, they can take a boat from there and go somewhere else. Then the doctor says that they only allow mother and baby. Outside Sam meets a soldier. And asks him if any car can give lift to Sam or Georgia till Boston. On this the soldier says that no one has reached Boston till date. It is better that both of them remains here. But Sam asks for alternate route. The soldier further explains that if he blasts the EMP, then the android coming in his radius can be destroyed. The next night Georgia tells Sam that the doctor told her that only mother and baby are allowed in the boat. Georgia believes that they should stop here, they have both a place to stop and have a doctor. But according to Sam, they should think ahead and pass through no man's land unnoticed. And tells Georgia to go alone with baby on the boat, but Georgia gets angry. After that Sam goes to the soldiers for help. There a soldier says that if Sam defeats him in a fight, he can give Sam some space in the car going to Boston tomorrow. In the middle of the fight, the senior officer captures Sam. The next morning, Georgia wakes up again in fear due to nightmares. On getting up she sees a lady officer calling her out. Then Georgia approaches Sam, where Sam was kept captive. On asking Georgia, she told that yesterday Sam had assaulted a patrol officer. Georgia apologizes for Sam's actions on this. The army officer orders Sam or Georgia to leave the camp and leave. and gives them 2 minutes. While leaving the camp, Dr. Howe gives Georgia some medicine and painkillers, and tells her how to cut the umbilical cord. Sam asks the soldiers to give back their gun, but they refuse. On Sam's request, one of them returns Sam's gun. After walking some distance, Georgia sits and looks at the map, then Sam apologizes to Georgia for what happened last night, and says that he did all this to take both of them to Boston. He did not know that this would happen. Georgia starts getting upset with him but later agrees. On the go, it starts raining heavily. They both take shelter behind a broken wall. After some time, when the rain stops, both of them continue on their way. There they seize a house. Sam first goes inside the house to keep Georgia out of danger. Coming out of the house, he signals to Georgia that the house is safe to live in. Georgia changes clothes in the house, and tells Sam that if there is a mattress in the house then she can sleep comfortably. While searching the mattress, Sam sees traces of blood in one of the rooms. After a while, Sam comes to Georgia with a mattress and a camera, and says that he will take a family photo of them with that camera, all 3 together. At night, Georgia tells the map to go to Boston via a new route via north, which will go to Boston, via New Hampshire and Portsmouth. When asked by Sam, Georgia tells that it will take them 2 weeks, and can reach in 2 or 3 days by shortcut, but the shortcuts are not easy. Georgia feels that she should give birth to this child and then she should go to Boston because she cannot cross no man's land silently, and asks to stay in the same house. The night passes, as usual. Today again Georgia woke up in panic. When she comes out of the house, she sees some skeletons buried in the ground. While there, Sam is fixing an old bike, and tells Georgia about going 20 miles by bike. But Georgia doesn't like the idea, as the bike will make noise and Android can detect them. On this, Sam says that if the baby born in this house, then he has nothing for the baby to eat, nor can he keep the baby safe here, and tells Georgia to have courage, and requests to ride on bike. Georgia agrees and goes inside and start packing. Before starting the journey, Sam gives his gun to Georgia and the both leave. After some time, both stop near a pond. Sam is humming something while fixing the bike, and Georgia enjoys it too. Just then, Georgia sees an android that keeps coming towards them. Seeing this, both Sam and Georgia run away on their bike. Along the way, both encounters some other androids. Georgia shoots at the androids and kills one, but the others are still following them. Meanwhile, 2 drones also follow them. Sam tries to distract them. Georgia hides behind a stone. The androids capture Sam and takes him with them. Georgia then finds a man named Arthur, who tells Georgia that if she wants to stay alive, come after him. Then he takes Georgia to a safe bunker. On being asked by Georgia, he tells that he has been a part of Android's program. Arthur has knowledge of Android's programming, that is why he manages to avoid them, and gives her a camouflage jacket made by him, which allows Georgia to escape without the android's sight. But the androids can smell and hear Georgia. But Georgia does not want to leave without taking Sam, and asks Arthur about Sam. Arthur then asks Georgia to save herself and the baby. Then Arthur cries, remembering his child, who was killed by the android. Georgia pacifies Arthur. Arthur then promises to bring Sam to Georgia and help her get to Boston. He takes Georgia to a place where android hides Sam. Georgia takes an extra camouflage jacket and goes to save Sam. In between, she finds the androids can't see Georgia, and Georgia reaches Sam. There we see that Sam is injured and one of his legs is also broken. When she was trying to rescue Sam, there is another man who makes a noise, due to which the androids come there. While escaping, Georgia and Sam falls down. When android tries to kill both, then Arthur comes there and kills the android. Arthur and Georgia bring Sam out of there. Arthur puts both of them in the car and leave from there. Georgia feels a lot of pain, and she faints in the car. When she regained consciousness, she was in a hospital in Boston, where she had a baby boy. Sam also lies on the nearby bed. On asking Georgia, the doctor tells that Arthur brought her here from the checkpoint. When the soldiers saw Georgia in this condition, they did not refuse to Arthur to come inside. After this, the doctor gives her son to Georgia. Georgia is happy to see him and takes the baby to Sam. Both were very happy about the baby. Sam named the baby as Forrest, which is very much liked by Georgia. While Georgia sees that both the legs of Sam have been amputated below the knee because Sam's bones were broken, the doctor had no other option. After that, the doctor comes there and says that some base officers have to ask some questions from Georgia. After a while an officer comes and asks Georgia some questions. And asks about the one who brought them both here. The officer then asks how Georgia saved Sam. Georgia then tells that she saved Sam with the help of a camouflage jacket, by which the wearer can't be seen by androids. On this the officer says angrily that no such technique has come yet. But Georgia does not accept this. When the officer asks again, Georgia tries to remember again. And repeats about the camouflage jacket. Then Georgia remembers that Arthur told that android knows how to use human weaknesses. And she realizes her mistake, that Arthur is none other than an android himself, who managed to sneak into Boston by taking advantage of Georgia's pregnancy. Then Georgia sees a patient dead behind a screen. This was done by Arthur. Soon the firing starts in the hospital. The officer leaves Georgia there. Georgia barely gets up from the bed as she had just given birth, then takes the baby and sits on the wheelchair and tries to wake up Sam. But Sam does not wake up. Then she covers Sam with a white cloth and tells that she will come back. And from there start going towards EMP. Because she comes to know that Arthur has come here to disable EMP. On the way, she reaches the door of the EMP, passing through the gunfight between the androids and the soldiers. Then Arthur's voice comes from behind. And he pretends to cry again. But Georgia now know him well. After that, Arthur tells Georgia that either Georgia disables the EMP or Arthur will kill his son. As Arthur proceeds to kill his son, Georgia fires at his mouth and killed Arthur. After this all android blocks Georgia from doing EMP blast. But somehow Georgia does an EMP blast. All androids are disabled due to radiation of the blast. Then Georgia comes back to Sam. The sound of gunshots and explosions reverberated throughout the city. Meanwhile, Sam or Georgia take a family photo with the same camera they took from that house. After this they leave from there and reach the boat which will take them to Korea. Georgia and Sam are scanned again before reaching the boat. After that Sam or Georgia are told that the boat can only take the baby with them, not even the mother of the baby. Then Georgia makes a lot of requests from them. But they refuses. On this Sam makes Georgia understand that she should let the baby go because Sam's condition is not such that he will be alive for more than a day, and Georgia cannot save the baby alone. After this, both Sam or Georgia hug their child for the last time, and sign some papers. Along with the papers, Georgia also writes a letter for the baby, in which she writes about their imaginary family. If all was well, then maybe all three could live together. And in the last mention that right now Sam or Georgia can give only one chance to their son to live a new life, to live a free life and let the baby go to Korea by boat. After that Georgia is shown again in front of the fire where she burns all the photos except one family photo, and starts leaving from there. On the way, some soldiers ask him to accompany them to the new base. And the story of the film ends here. Guys, if you like this video, and wants to see more video like this, subscribe our channel. And give a thumbs up. We will meet in next video. Take care.